the secret to making an engine last over 2 million miles is you put oil on the inside and the outside. That's looking better. Are starting to wear out. I think it was the back one, but yeah, that's good. That was this one here. Huh. Yeah, got a little bit. It was really coming out when I think it's because I was going over, like I was leaving that shipper and this thing was like, I mean, it was dumping air, like the leveling valve was like trying to get rid of air or something. Yeah, I got some bubbles, but those are kind of, these auto inflation hoses, you're not supposed to do anything more than hand tight, although I normally do a little more than hand tight, but just some little bubbles like that is not uncommon. Yeah, some small ones there. See, this one I was having an issue with. I was about to replace the faceplate and the sight glass because you can see these little spots. There's like a little bit of air gap, like that the gasket piece that goes in between the faceplate. I don't know, it doesn't have a perfect seal, and I could feel air just bleeding out just a tiny bit through that side right there, or somewhere along it, you know, just a little bit of air. So it's letting tiny little droplets of oil just sporadically come out. But I dumped a little bit, just a tiny amount of that gear oil, like I don't know, some Lucas product that's supposed to stop like wheel seal leaks and stuff. I didn't use very much of it because, you know, it makes everything thicker, but just put a little bit of that in there and it seems to have slowed it down. But there's definitely a little bit of oil coming out from the sides there. That one looks perfect. We need to find a load. For Monday, I've already tried the marker lights. They won't act up, so. As a miracle, they worked this morning. I spent so much time messing with them last night in the pouring rain. I'm kind of glad, I mean, this morning, not having to run down the road with no marker lights, that was pretty nice. We're just sitting here in the Petro, and I think it's right outside of Ocala, Florida. It's Monday morning. There's not been any activity in the freight market over the weekend. It's about 8 o'clock, just after 8. So I was looking earlier and there wasn't a load posted for it was like an hour prior. That's a pretty bad sign for Monday morning. I think it was around 7:30 when I was looking, but we are East Coast, so Central still. I guess I was around 6:30 or so Central time. Going up to New Jersey or Pennsylvania. Wouldn't mind Indiana, but I'm pretty sure that's back where we left. Yeah, right outside of Tampa. So we delivered down here in Sarasota, so I just ran right up past that area on my way up here. Where am I at? Oh, Ocala. Dang, I hadn't even made it past Gainesville yet. Is that right? I think. Yep. Man, let's see. So, if we're going into Georgia, about 100 miles. About 100 miles from Valdosta, but I don't know. That's the direction we're heading. We gotta find something worth calling about, and then all the stars have to align. It's got to be a decent enough load for us to haul it. First of all, get through all of our don't go out of business filters, and then after that, my young MC has got to get through the filters of the broker that we're calling, and if everything lines up, then maybe we can haul another load. So this one's a school bus from Plant City. 212. School bus is LTL load. I'd say a school bus counts as a truckload. It's kind of like them catwalks I hauled. They were listed LTL, take up 27 feet, but when we were loading, I mean, the guy just started dropping them down, on the trailer, and it wasn't too far from the front deck, but I didn't want to ask him to pick it back up and had to shift everything around. So yeah, some LTL loads shouldn't be qualified as LTL if you can't get anything else on the trailer. Man, Albany, Georgia to Beeville, Texas, $1.82. Not gonna call about that. Although, being in Florida, if there's something close enough, $1.80, that'd probably be my cutoff. If everything else was good about it, except for the price, and the price was just down to $1.80, I might do something like that to get out of here. I don't really want to, but you kind of got to weigh the risk reward of deadheading further, burning that extra fuel, losing the time, because if it's a long deadhead, like I've got it set for Monday and Tuesday, on a longer deadhead, if I'm booking something later this morning, then I'm probably not looking for today. If it's something close, probably won't be here in Florida, but I could pick it up the same day and actually get some work done. So I normally prefer to just deadhead a little bit further rather than give some broker a good deal on freight that's close to me. Pooler to Gillette. That one's actually not bad. 2 days ago. Yeah, that load's not still here. And Bay to Bay, I'm pretty sure I've called them before. Actually, I wouldn't mind. That's a pretty long load. Oh, first 2 drops in St. Peters, Missouri. That's along the way anyways. It's not that big of a deal. $4,000, but 212 and you end up in Wyoming. That's not really great. It's like going from, well, it is going from one crappy market to another crappy market, but I used to be able to get a bunch of good loads out of Wyoming though. I'd like chemicals and hazmat loads, but I can't do hazmat anymore. So, and even if I could, it's not like a hazmat shipper would trust somebody with less than a year on their authority to haul their dangerous goods across the country. So I'm not going to waste my time even looking into the insurance policy on that. I know it'd be expensive. I mean, it's still not terrible though. I would actually consider that. But I would need to, I'm getting pretty close to needing an oil change. I like to do them around the house, so. We run up there, and then I think I got about 2,500 miles left before I need one. That would get us almost there. We run up there and then we get our next load down to somewhere in Texas. That'd actually be pretty good. Now let's see if they want, so 48 long Pooler. Oh, that's 250 miles away. That's right on my, that's where I got my limit, is 250 miles. Days to pay 37. Well, let's find out. If they don't want it tarped, then if they don't want it tarped, and they'll look the other way on my authority age, then they give it a shot. Hey Aaron, this is Todd. I was looking at a load yet on Truckstop. I'm pretty sure it's gone because it was posted 2 days ago. This Pooler, Georgia up to Gillette, Wyoming with one extra stop for a step deck. Picking up. Oh, it is? Okay. What's the latest? Oh, sorry, go ahead. Tomorrow morning would work. Okay. Okay. Does that need? Y'all need ramps or tarps or anything extra on that one? Mine were stolen a little over a year ago, and so I hadn't replaced them yet. Yeah. Hey, well, while I got you on the phone, could you do me a favor? I'd called y'all a few months ago, and my MC was too new, but now I think I'm over like 130 days or so. Is that still too new for y'all, or what's y'all's limit on that? MC is okay, but after the 180, there's no inspection required. Okay, sounds good, Aaron. I appreciate it, man. Yep, you too. Bye. Well, so they wouldn't be able to work with me. He said if I had an inspection, they would be able to work with me before the 180 mark. So that's different. I've talked to a few of them that require an inspection no matter what. It's like, I mean, I'm pretty sure I've had like a 3-year gap between inspections before. Like roadside, they're not talking about like the ones you voluntarily do. I guess you could voluntarily go into a weigh station and just ask them, hey, I can't find any customers until y'all do an inspection. I don't want to do that right now with no telling if my marker lights would work or not. Odds are they'd be working perfect, and as soon as that guy told me to turn the lights on, they'd shit the bed. All right. Expressway, Tallahassee. We're not going to Pennsylvania. I'm sorry. I don't like Pennsylvania that much, or I don't like driving in Pennsylvania, especially in the winter times. I just get claustrophobic whenever I'm around all them little narrow roadways, tight turns. I'll do it, I've done it a whole lot before, but nowadays they gotta want it there pretty bad. And this one here from TQL, they don't want it there at all. $1.86. They're comfortable. That load has been sitting here for 4 days, so they're not really trying to move it that bad. Gap in Florida with no highways running across it. I had to drop back down to Orlando and come back up. Or I guess we could run up to 20. Yeah, that looks like it'd take forever. Expressway. There to Jacksonville. 384. That's okay. Number they want you to call is not the number you can just click on and get the phone to ring. And there's no way to copy. If I hold my hand on it, it says copy MC, copy DOT, copy all load details. There's no way to just grab that phone number out of that text there. I've even sent Truckstop a message telling them they need to make this load notes field where all of that text is, you can drag your hand across it or your finger across and copy and paste individual stuff, because that doesn't do us any good. Marco, this is Todd. I was calling to check on a load you got it listed from Ormond Beach, Florida. It's for a step deck. It's going to Bayou La something, Alabama. Anyways, if you're still needing a truck on that, I got a 53 step deck, so I could pick it up. Could pick it up this afternoon or tomorrow morning, but my cell number's. Thanks. Have a good day. Call somebody on the CB radio, see if they got any freight. Petro did have some good coffee. They had it's like iced coffee, Stoke, spelled S-O-S-T-O-K. I don't know. Doesn't look like an American company, but their coffee's really good in terms of iced coffee. Like it's pretty, it doesn't get real diluted because it's already cold in there, or it's not, at least not hot. And I'd say for Truckstop coffee, it's a 5 out of 5. And it doesn't have any. They have two of them. One of them is like some flavor, but if you get the like greenish teal looking one, it's just black coffee. So, Brunswick to Foley. This load's been posted forever. They're trying to move. It's a 10 wide oversized load for under $3 a mile, $1,300. 911 wide. Okay, see. I mean, that's an easy load, but just adding dealing with all the other crap you gotta deal with on those. At least it says they'll pay for the the permits. I mean, that's one plus, but that's still super cheap. See, all these are the same load. This is just a game. It's just a game for TQL to see how wide they can get their zone for, they're trying to catch. Like we throw a net out there with a certain radius. Well, TQL is doing the same thing. They're trying to throw a net out to catch our nets. So they'll post the same load in Tallahassee, Jacksonville. I got another one in Jacksonville. That's the same load, Lake City. Lake City. So all that is all the same load. No telling where it's actually at. Well, we got our thing set. Like the minimum I want to do is 1,200. I think I'm gonna drop that down. Just see if anything else decent comes up for 900. And got our minimum rate at $1.80. Yeah, we're not going any lower than that. That's already too low. We might can move our miles up to 3. Jacksonville to Naples. Let's see if that, yeah. Now there's some more, but I don't have ramps. Can't do any of these with an L. That's another thing about Truckstop. Their app. There's no way for me to filter out loads that require ramps. That other one didn't have an L. That's the symbol for loading ramps. But it just said SD or FSD, one of the two. So I called about it, and then he said at one of the stops they do need ramps. But all these with the SDL, I don't have SDL selected. I've got step deck and step deck oversize. That's all I've got in my criteria. But for some reason, Truckstop has to show me everything with this SDL, which is unchecked. It just, for a company making as much money as they are, like, how can't you get that kind of shit right? They do it on purpose. Like, they want more loads to show up. Like, I think Truckstop loses business whenever a trucker doesn't see a bunch of loads constantly just flowing into their stream here. So Truckstop will automatically get rid of my rate per mile. Like right now, it's only showing above 180. And that's saved into this load alert. If I were to shut the app and come back, I mean, normally I think it takes a little while, but a lot of times when you come back, it's like they've changed the parameters that you saved. Let's see. Oh, it's still there right now. I guess it's probably triggered on some kind of timing thing, but it's always taken off my 180. It also takes off this authority. If I put like 130, because I think I'm about 130, 140 days in, it'll take that one off. I don't think it removes the revenue, the total rate. I don't think that one goes away, but the rate per mile goes away. So I think that's just because, you know, if a driver's seeing more loads come through, even if it doesn't match their criteria, then they're going to have the mindset that, well, there's stuff here, I'm just not doing something right, maybe I'm doing something wrong, or it like keeps hope alive for them a little bit more. It's like, oh, well, we're seeing loads, let's go in and check. And so that keeps subscribers subscribed to this Truckstop load board, where they're just showing a bunch of junk that's not relevant to the person because they've chosen to filter it out, and then Truckstop decides in the background, no, we're going to show you all that shit you didn't want to see anyways. Same reason, like, they don't have a tarp filter. They don't have, like, I don't know why you wouldn't. I mean, there's tons of drivers. They just don't do tarp. I mean, I carry tarps, but I just charge a certain price to get them out. There's some drivers that don't use tarps at all. Why can't tarps be like one of the, like, ramps or oversize filters, so we can just filter out? And if you don't want to do tarp loads, you can filter those out. Like, that's just such a basic toggle switch that they, you know, they tilt everything for the brokers. I guess the brokers want more, the brokers want their phones to ring more, maybe. I don't know. It's stupid. I mean, this is, I guess, really the only load board for flat and step that doesn't have, they don't have as much stuff, but they really, in my opinion, I mean, the technology's decent, but also the load alerts, the only option you have is like every 15 minutes, and it will do like a push notification to your phone. Why in the hell can't we get an email for a load, not every 15 minutes, but as soon as the load is posted? Like, as soon as the load's posted, why can't that send an email or a text message or something? Like a push notification on the phone, rarely, and I've got it set to the maximum, all notification settings turned on. Half the time, I don't even notice the dang thing went off. But if you get an email, like, you know that happened. Like, it, you know, my email's a distinct sound, and it pops up in the little top bar there. So, like, just like that. EFS fuel cards giving me a bill. So, and a distinct noise. I know something just came in. If this truck stop notification, push notification goes off, I ain't even gonna know it's there. And it's only every 15 minutes. Like, and that's paying for, I'm paying $170 a month for the premium, whatever you call it, the one that's supposed to give you the most updated loads. Like, how's every 15 minutes an updated load? An updated load is like as fast as the computers can push it through. It's like instant. Stupid. But I guess we're just gonna hang out in Ocala. We've been here for let's see, we got up here Friday afternoon. Saturday, we were actually looking for loads Friday afternoon. Got a shower, looked for some more loads Saturday morning, nothing there. I didn't even try Sunday. I was just hanging out. It was raining all day yesterday too, so it's still kind of overcast. But I guess I'll check back in if we ever are not sitting in the same exact spot.